Good morning, everyone. Today I am in Delaware County, Pennsylvania, in a town, I believe it's pronounced Swarthmore, and more specifically, I am in Crum Woods. So I was looking for a hiking trail. I'm not sure the name of the trail, but I'll research it and put it on the video in the area. And I believe there are some ruins here that we may find interesting, and I believe there's a waterfall as well. So not really sure what we're going to find, but quite often that makes for the best adventure. Just kind of head out and see what you see. So from what I read online, you're going to hear, sadly, you're going to hear traffic noise throughout this video at certain areas because we are in the woods, but we're not out in the middle of nowhere. But as I may have mentioned in previous videos, sometimes I like these trails that are near, a populated area because they've been populated for a long time, especially here in Pennsylvania. And quite often that's when you find interesting, I always say stuff, but ruins or, just remnants from the past. One of the things I kind of expected when I came out here, I thought we'd see all the fall colors. I see some fall colors, but there's still a lot of green. And then at the same time, there's a lot of trees that appear to be bare already. So I do see a lot of small side trails. And I believe if we were to head down this way, there is a creek down here. So we're gonna have to find a way to make our way down there. It's a nice trail. This would certainly make a nice running trail. Soft, sandy, not a lot of rocks. It's getting warm out. We're not gonna get too many more days like this. I think it's supposed to go up to like 75 today. Loving this trail. So like so many other parks that I've explored, it's got some history. All right, so we have a trail going this way and this way. I think I'm gonna head down this way first because I think this is gonna take us to the creek. So back to my little story. In 1681, King Charles II granted the land to William Penn. How often do we hear the name William Penn when we're exploring in Pennsylvania? And prior to the European settlers, I'm going to try to pronounce this correct this time because I screw it up all the time. This was the Lenape tribe's land. All right, so this just kind of dies here. I was kind of hoping this would take us down to the creek. It's the off trail that interests me. It's normally where I find interesting stuff. All right, so how am I going to get over this? I am getting too old for this. So this is cool. Look at this. Now, to me, I would think that was somebody trying to chop this down, but quite possibly a beaver, right? Maybe a beaver? Let me know what you think. These videos are always a learning experience for me, so I really do appreciate when you put answers in the comments. Wow, so again, right? Same? Or is this somebody chopping it down? And hopefully these aren't stupid questions. And if that was a beaver that did that to the tree, then you would think there might be a beaver dam down here. It kind of looks like the kind of area you would see something like that, maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. Beautiful little area, though. Got some church bells in the background. Let's just walk down this way, take a look at the creek. Beautiful. And you can see this is like sand. All right, let's try to find our way back this. Not really. This really isn't a trail. Okay, back on the trail. Not sure if you can see that, but I see a stone wall here. So I believe we are entering the Lost Garden. Wow, this is so cool. Look at this. Oh my God. So look at this. I always do get excited. So look at these steps that like wrap around. And we have the stonework here that goes around. We have ivy growing on it. But wow, this is really cool. So I believe there was a mansion here at one time. And now I think if we follow these steps straight up, we're going to come to the garden. So there's kind of a sad story. In the early 20th century, Ward and his wife Edith Hinson purchased this property. And from what I understand, they put a lot of time and effort into it. Actually, I think if I follow this trail, I'm walking away from it. So let's head back this way. But in the 1980s, the decision was made to build what we locals refer to as the Blue Route, which is Route 476, which is part of the Turnpike. And it's like a northeast extension. In fact, I think that's what they call it, the northeast extension. So the mansion's no longer here, from what I was reading, because the Blue Route was built on the location where the mansion previously stood. Kind of sad, because from what I was reading, Ward and Edith Hankinson put a lot of time and effort into this place. Another ivy-covered stone wall. And the steps continue on. We have another stone wall over there. So I'm making the assumption that the garden exited into the woods. This is a really impressive place. Now that, my friends, is beautiful. Check that out. Thinking this had to have been a fountain. Beautiful fountain, I'm sure. Or a wishing well, maybe. And there's the pipe. There's another pipe. Water must have came out of here too, or maybe there was a light. I believe there was a light there at one time. Check it out. This almost looks like it still has the old wiring, right? I'm thinking this was lit up at night. How wonderful that must have appeared. Just trying to picture what this may have looked like at one time. So there's a piece of concrete here. I'm thinking maybe this is the remains of possibly a fountain right here as well. Maybe yes, maybe no. This is a very solid wall. How far back that goes. And then this here, this is built concrete. Not sure you can see it, but there's a nice little flower carved into it there, or molded into there, I guess you would say. Always like to look real close. So we got an old chain link here. Which makes me wonder, did it connect to something over here? And I'm seeing a lot of these stones. So I'm thinking that this was probably part of some type of construction that was here. These walls have to be at 12, 15 feet high, I'm thinking. So in 1691, Thomas Powell purchased the land from William Penn, which I may or may not have mentioned earlier in this video. And then in 1892, Mrs. James Little purchased this land, and she had a beautiful mansion built from local fieldstone, but the mansion's no longer there, which we probably spoke about earlier. And then in 1929 is when Ward Hinson purchased the place. And I believe it was the Hinkinsons that put this beautiful garden in, or what once was a beautiful garden. Then again, I still think it's beautiful. I love stuff like this. Okay, so I'm gonna head up here, see if we can sort of head up towards where we hear all that traffic. I want to see if there's anything left from the mansion, which I'm seriously doubting there is, but one never knows till they check it out. So this just leads out to what appears to be a bike trail. There's the source of all that noise you hear. That is 476, the northeast extension. And as I'm walking out of the park or trail that we were on, I have to think, no matter how much money Lord Hinson received, it had to be really sad to lose the garden that him and his wife worked on for so many years. Okay, so we are now walking under the northeast extension, the Blue Route. So I'm kind of thinking this must be where the mansion was at one time. Maybe over here on this side, or possibly over here on this flat piece of land. So with that, I'm going to end my video. I just want to thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Have a great day.